Imagine a life where the actions and words of toxic people no longer have power over you. A life where you remain calm, composed, and resilient no matter what negativity comes your way. The ancient Stoics, renowned philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, believed that true strength lies not in conquering others, but in mastering our own minds and emotions. In today's fast-paced, interconnected world, their wisdom is more relevant than ever. Have you ever felt drained after interacting with someone who constantly criticizes, manipulates, or spreads negativity? Toxic individuals can disrupt our mental well-being, leaving us frustrated and powerless. But what if you could navigate these challenging interactions with grace, compassion, and resilience? In this video, we will explore 13 practical Stoic-inspired strategies that will equip you with the tools to handle toxic people effectively. From setting firm boundaries to practicing emotional detachment, these techniques will help you protect your emotional well-being and maintain inner peace. Join me on this journey to transform your interactions and fortify your mental resilience. By the end of this video, you'll be armed with a powerful toolbox of Stoic wisdom to handle toxic people with ease. So, take a deep breath, prepare to empower yourself, and let's begin. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips on developing mental resilience and living a fulfilling life guided by Stoic principles. Number 1. Identifying and understanding the toxic threat. Imagine standing guard at the entrance of your personal citadel, a fortress representing your inner tranquility, physical health, and emotional safety. Just as a vigilant guard must recognize potential dangers to protect the fortress, you too need to be aware of the indicators that a toxic person is approaching. Awareness is the first line of defense. Toxic individuals often exhibit certain behaviors that can serve as warning signs. They might constantly criticize you, your actions, or your decisions, leaving you feeling deflated and uncertain about your abilities. Their criticism can be overt or subtle, but it always has the same effect, undermining your confidence. Toxic people frequently resort to manipulative tactics to control your behavior. They might use flattery, guilt trips, or even threats to achieve their goals. These individuals thrive on negativity, continuously complaining and focusing on the worst aspects of any situation. Their pessimism can be contagious, dragging you down into their negative vortex. Additionally, toxic individuals come in various forms. The narcissist seeks constant approval and adoration, charming at first, but ultimately leaving you emotionally exhausted. The gossip spreads rumors and stirs up trouble, enjoying the friction they create between others. The energy vampire drains your vitality, leaving you cognitively and emotionally depleted after every interaction. Recognizing these characteristics is crucial. As Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, reminds us in his teachings, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your emotional reaction and perception of these behaviors determine their impact on your peace of mind. Learning to cultivate a Stoic gaze, a calm and objective way of viewing situations, will help you navigate these challenges. By identifying and understanding the toxic threat, you can develop a mental map of potential dangers to your inner citadel. This awareness allows you to anticipate the strategies of toxic individuals and devise a plan to safeguard your emotional well-being. In the next section, we'll explore how to fortify your walls, establishing boundaries that protect your inner fortress from the invasion of negativity. Number 2, fortify your walls. Imagine yourself as Marcus Aurelius, the famous Stoic emperor of Rome, ruling a vast empire with strength, wisdom, and unwavering determination. To safeguard your emotional well-being, your inner citadel, these same attributes are essential. The boundaries you establish are the walls that protect you from the invasion of toxic individuals. Boundaries are the clear lines you draw to define acceptable behavior and interactions. They are the foundation of your citadel, determining what you will and will not tolerate. Just as a powerful monarch would not allow his borders to be violated, you must be vigilant in defending your emotional territory. To begin, identify the behaviors that deplete your energy or violate your sense of self. Is it a friend's constant pessimism, a co-worker's manipulative behavior, or a family member's intrusive advice? Be honest with yourself about what you cannot tolerate. Once you have identified these boundaries, communicate them clearly and concisely. Tap into your inner Marcus Aurelius and be firm, yet fair. Use I statements to express your feelings without accusing others. Instead of saying, "You are always so negative," try, "I feel drained," when the focus is constantly on negative aspects. Be specific in your communication to avoid misunderstandings. Rather than saying, "I need some space," say, "I can't talk right now, but I'd be happy to chat later this week." Clarity ensures that your boundaries are understood. Enforcing boundaries requires consistency. A wall that is unstable is easy to dismantle. Like a Stoic ruler, be steadfast in upholding your limits. If a toxic individual disregards your boundaries, calmly remind them of the line that has been drawn. In some cases, it may be necessary to limit your interactions with that person, or even withdraw from the situation entirely. Remember, setting boundaries is not about punishing others, but protecting yourself. The Stoics vigorously avoided envy and toxicity, recognizing that safeguarding one's emotional well-being was crucial for inner peace. By fortifying your walls with clearly defined and well-defended boundaries, you create a strong citadel where negativity cannot easily penetrate. In the next section, we'll delve into how to handle emotional manipulators by becoming uninteresting to their tactics. Number 3. Become uninteresting to the emotional barbarian. Imagine an emotional barbarian driven by negativity, seeking to stir up conflict and feed off the drama. Toxic individuals often act this way, relying on your emotional response to fuel their behavior. The key to handling such people is to become uninteresting to them, depriving them of the attention they crave. Enter the Grey Rock Method, a technique inspired by Stoic ideals of emotional regulation and indifference to external stimuli. The goal is to become emotionally less responsive, presenting yourself as a neutral and unyielding grey rock, smooth, unremarkable, and offering no handholds for negativity to grasp. This method, developed by therapist Paul Friedman, involves reacting to toxic behavior with neutral, factual responses. It's not about shutting down completely, but about minimizing emotional engagement. When faced with negativity, respond in a way that offers no fuel for further drama. Consider the sage advice of Seneca, a great Roman Stoic philosopher. True happiness resides in enjoying the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Toxic people seek attention, whether positive or negative. By using the Grey Rock Method, you deny them the emotional reaction they seek, making yourself uninteresting and reducing their power over you. Here's how to implement the Grey Rock Method. Neutral responses. React to negative comments with neutral statements. If a toxic friend insults your work, simply say, "That's interesting," without further elaboration. Your goal is to provide no emotional fuel for their negativity. Avoid emotional disputes. Steer clear of emotional arguments or justifications. Toxic people often try to draw you into their emotional vortex with sarcasm, guilt trips, or hostility. By maintaining a calm and factual demeanor, you refuse to participate in their drama. Disengage from the vortex, recognize attempts to control your emotions, and refuse to be drawn in. Maintain your composure and respond factually. focusing on the matter at hand rather than the emotional bait. Seneca teaches that the path to genuine happiness is not to entertain ourselves with hopes or fears. By applying the grey rock method, you prevent toxic individuals from gaining the emotional power they seek. This method turns you from a passive victim into an unmoved spectator, protecting your inner peace and emotional well-being. The grey rock method is a powerful tool, but not a miracle cure. Some toxic personalities may initially escalate their behavior to test your resolve. Stay consistent and remember that their negativity is not your fault. By remaining unyielding, you can effectively manage their attempts to disrupt your tranquility. In the next section, we'll explore the broken record technique, another Stoic-inspired strategy to maintain your stance against emotional manipulation. Number 4, the broken record technique. Imagine a manipulative person persistently chipping away at your boundaries with deceptive arguments and emotional ploys. This relentless onslaught can be both emotionally exhausting and frustrating. But fear not. The Stoic principles of unshakable reason and perseverance inspire the broken record technique, a powerful defense strategy. The broken record technique involves calmly and repeatedly stating a clear declaration of your position, similar to how a broken record skips on the same message. This simple yet effective method helps repel attempts to derail you and keeps the conversation focused on your boundaries and needs. Epictetus, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, teaches us the power of perseverance. Freedom is the only good. This freedom includes the ability to determine your own boundaries and say no without providing an elaborate explanation. The broken record technique embodies this principle, allowing you to maintain your stance with steadfast resolve. When manipulators deploy emotional tactics, flattery, guilt trips, or anger, you can deflect these assaults by consistently repeating your position. For example, if someone tries to guilt you into doing something you don't want to do, calmly repeat, "I'm not available for that." The repetition disrupts their flow, disorients their strategy, and highlights the hollowness of their arguments. Imagine a wave crashing against a solid rock. The rock remains unmoved while the wave eventually dissipates. Similarly, the broken record technique allows you to stand firm in your stance, maintaining your boundaries without confrontation. This technique is not about being confrontational, but about calmly asserting your position. Stoicism emphasizes reason and logic as guiding principles for navigating life's challenges. By using the broken record technique, you protect yourself from emotional exploitation and safeguard your inner peace with unyielding determination. In the next section, we'll discuss the importance of not taking the bait when toxic individuals try to provoke an emotional reaction. This will further strengthen your ability to maintain control and composure in challenging interactions. Number 5, don't take the bait. Imagine a skilled angler casting a line baited with negative thoughts, hoping to reel you into a whirlpool of emotional drama. Toxic people use provocations, insults, or guilt trips to elicit reactions that fuel their negativity. The Stoic philosophy offers a powerful defense: indifference. Stoic indifference is not apathy, but emotional detachment from external provocations. Epictetus and other Stoic philosophers distinguished between apathy, a lack of concern, and indifference, a disconnection from negative emotions and judgments that distort our reason. This distinction is crucial when dealing with toxic people. The first step is to become aware of their strategy. Recognize the signs that someone is trying to bait you. Is it a sarcastic remark, a veiled insult, or a guilt trip disguised as a suggestion? By identifying the strategy, you can render it less effective. Next, practice emotional detachment. When you notice the bait, view it with calm composure, much like observing a fishhook dangling in the water without biting. Your goal is to remain emotionally unhooked from their provocations. Stoic indifference helps you starve the need for attention that toxic people seek. When you don't respond to their negative comments, you deprive them of the emotional reaction they crave. Their scathing remarks lose power and eventually fade away. Remember, Marcus Aurelius advised us to waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Instead of engaging in toxic drama, focus on embodying the virtues of a Stoic, calm, reasonable, and unmoved by external provocations. This practice does not mean becoming a heartless machine. Stoicism encourages the expression of positive emotions while detaching from negative ones that you cannot control. By practicing indifference, you transform from a passive player in their drama to a peaceful observer, maintaining your inner serenity. In the next section, we'll explore the art of non-reaction, another powerful Stoic tool that disarms toxic verbal assaults and protects your emotional well-being. Number 6, the art of the non-reaction. Imagine facing a verbal gladiator, someone who thrives on the heated back and forth of an argument. Toxic individuals often use words as weapons to incite anger, humiliate you, and draw you into their emotional sphere. The Stoic strategy of the non-reaction can be a surprisingly powerful weapon against such assaults. When deployed thoughtfully, silence can be disarming. It disrupts the dynamic toxic people rely on, depriving them of the fuel they need to continue their attack. However, mastering the art of the non-reaction requires practice and self-control. Marcus Aurelius, the renowned Roman Stoic emperor, exemplified this strength. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By choosing silence, you exercise control over your own reactions and send a powerful message. Toxic people often expect a predictable pattern of response. When you show anger, annoyance, or defensiveness, you feed their negativity. A non-reaction disrupts this pattern, denying them the emotional response they seek. Imagine a tennis player serving a powerful shot only to find an empty court. Their serve falls flat, and the ensuing silence speaks volumes. Silence in this context is not empty. It communicates strength, self-control, and non-attachment to their negativity. It shows that you refuse to participate in their toxic behavior. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Your silence is an embodiment of this virtue. It's important to prepare for possible escalation. Initially, a toxic person may intensify their efforts to provoke you, hurling more insults in an attempt to break your resolve. Stay calm and consistent in your non-reaction. Your silence is not a sign of weakness, but a strategic choice that demonstrates true strength. The non-reaction is not a universal solution, but a vital tool in your Stoic arsenal. When used strategically, it disarms toxic individuals, protects your inner peace, and showcases your mastery over your own emotions. In the next section, we'll discuss the importance of limiting your exposure to toxic people, another crucial step in maintaining your emotional well-being. Number 7, limit your exposure. Imagine your inner citadel, fortified with strong walls and vigilant guards, yet still vulnerable to persistent invaders. Toxic individuals, like relentless intruders, can find ways to penetrate even the most well-defended fortresses. The Stoic principle of controlling what you can control is essential here. While you can't always control their behavior, you can manage the amount of time you spend with them. Limiting exposure to toxic people is one of the first lines of defense. Whenever possible, establish physical distance. Can you avoid them altogether? Reschedule a lunch engagement. Politely excuse yourself from certain conversations. Remember, this is not about being rude. It's about protecting your well-being. However, complete avoidance isn't always feasible. Toxic individuals may be co-workers, family members, or close acquaintances. In these situations, establishing emotional distance becomes crucial. Here's how you can do it. Mental detachment. Epictetus reminds us that happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one another. Recognize their negativity without letting it affect your mood. Observe their behavior objectively, like a scientist examining a phenomenon, and avoid becoming emotionally invested. Cognitive reframing. Toxic people often try to manipulate your emotions with their negativity. Use cognitive reframing, a technique deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, to view their behavior differently. For instance, if a co-worker constantly complains, reframe it as, "They seem to be having a tough day," instead of letting their negativity bring you down. Focus on positivity. Surround yourself with positive influences. Engage in activities that bring you joy and spend time with supportive friends. This not only lifts your spirits, but also creates a buffer against the negativity of toxic people. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control the actions of others, only our responses. By limiting your exposure to toxic individuals, you create space to nurture your own well-being. Imagine your citadel surrounded by a moat, a barrier that keeps negativity at bay and ensures your inner peace remains intact. In the next section, we'll explore how building a strong support system can further reinforce your emotional resilience and help you maintain your inner tranquility. Number 8. Build your support system. Picture yourself as a guard at the entrance to your inner citadel, fortified with strong walls and emotional boundaries. Even the most resilient warrior needs a powerful phalanx, a formation of trustworthy allies to bolster their defense. Your support system is your Stoic phalanx, essential for maintaining inner tranquility and resilience. A robust support system acts as a buffer against the negativity of toxic individuals. The Stoics, especially philosophers like Seneca, emphasize the importance of living in harmony with nature and surrounding oneself with virtuous people. These allies are those who inspire, support, and share your core values. When dealing with toxic people, it can be emotionally draining. A strong support system provides a safe space to share your experiences and frustrations. Trusted friends or family members offer understanding and compassion, reminding you that you are not alone in this struggle. Toxic individuals often erode your sense of self-worth. An effective support system counteracts this by providing encouragement and affirming your abilities and value. Their belief in you strengthens your resolve and reignites your inner strength, especially when negativity threatens to overwhelm you. Furthermore, surrounding yourself with positive role models exemplifies the characteristics you wish to cultivate. Observing their strength, resilience, and optimistic outlook helps you learn and grow, enhancing your capacity to handle negative situations gracefully. Building a support system is an ongoing process. Cultivate existing relationships and seek out individuals who align with your values. Invest quality time in meaningful interactions, sharing experiences, listening, and supporting one another. Join clubs, volunteer organizations, or online communities that resonate with your interests and values, creating natural sources of support and encouragement. Never underestimate the power of showing gratitude to those who support you. Express your appreciation for their positive influence, presence, and unwavering support. This strengthens your bonds and reinforces your Stoic phalanx, ensuring you are well equipped to face the challenges posed by toxic individuals. In the next section, we'll discuss the importance of prioritizing self-care, another vital component in maintaining your emotional resilience and overall well-being. Number 9, prioritize self-care. Imagine returning from a battle, weary and in need of rest and healing. Dealing with toxic individuals is an ongoing struggle that can leave you emotionally and mentally drained. To maintain your inner resilience, prioritizing self-care becomes essential, much like a Stoic warrior tending to their wounds and sharpening their blade after a fight. Self-care is a fundamental aspect of a Stoic lifestyle, serving as an investment in your mental well-being. It replenishes your emotional reserves and strengthens your resistance to negativity. Integrate self-care into your daily routine, treating it as a vital task that deserves your time and attention. Participate in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Identify what genuinely makes you happy, whether it's physical exercise like running or yoga, creative pursuits such as painting or writing, or simply spending time in nature. Engaging in these activities helps you de-stress, recharge, and return to the world with renewed energy and perspective. The Stoics also practice mindfulness, akin to modern meditation. Through meditation, you can calm your mind, disengage from negative thoughts, and cultivate inner peace. Regular meditation becomes a powerful tool to manage stress and counteract the effects of toxic individuals. Seeking solace in nature is another practice emphasized by the Stoics. Spending time outdoors, whether it's a walk in the park or a hike through the woods, has a profound impact on your well-being. Immersing yourself in nature alleviates stress, enhances your mood, and provides a sense of perspective that helps you combat negativity. Consider self-care as preventive maintenance for your emotional well-being. Listen to the signals your body sends, signs of exhaustion, tension, or emotional depletion, and prioritize self-care before reaching a breaking point. This includes maintaining a healthy diet, ensuring adequate sleep, and taking regular breaks throughout the day. These simple routines form the foundation of your emotional resilience. Just as you set boundaries with toxic individuals, establish boundaries around your self-care time. This might mean politely declining requests that interfere with your relaxation or setting aside specific times during the day dedicated to self-care activities. Remember, putting your well-being first is not selfish. It is necessary for preserving your emotional resilience. A well-cared-for individual is better equipped to face challenges with a balanced perspective and emotional fortitude. By incorporating self-care into your Stoic way of life, you can deflect negativity more effectively and radiate positivity. Your emotional battery, fully charged, forms a formidable shield against the toxic people in your life. In the next section, we'll explore the importance of recognizing that the negativity from toxic individuals is not about you, but a reflection of their own inner turmoil. This understanding will help you further protect your emotional well-being. Number 10. Remember, it's not about you. Imagine a dark cloud hovering overhead, spewing negativity and obscuring your view of the world. Toxic individuals often create such environments, projecting their inner turmoil onto those around them. One of the most liberating Stoic principles is understanding that the negativity of others is not a reflection of you, but of their own issues. The concept of ta proheresis, rooted in Stoic philosophy, encourages us to see ourselves as rational observers standing outside the emotional storm. This detachment allows us to view situations impartially, focusing on rationality rather than emotional entanglement. By adopting this mindset, you can navigate toxic interactions without internalizing the negativity. Toxic people frequently blame others, criticize and spread negativity to divert attention from their own inadequacies. Recognize this projection for what it is. View their behavior with a Stoic lens, much like a scientist examining a phenomenon without personal investment. Understand that their negativity is a reflection of their internal struggles, not a reflection of your worth or character. Epictetus reminds us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By realizing that the behavior of toxic people is about them, not you, you can detach emotionally and maintain your inner peace. Imagine the dark cloud, a temporary shadow that doesn't alter the brightness of the sun shining above. Similarly, the negativity of others should not obscure your inner light. Maintaining this perspective helps you avoid unnecessary emotional pain. Instead of personalizing their behavior, you can approach it with compassion, acknowledging that their actions stem from their own unresolved issues. This doesn't mean you condone their behavior, but it allows you to respond from a place of understanding rather than hurt. Stoic detachment transforms you from a passive recipient of negativity into an active guardian of your own emotional well-being. By recognizing that the negativity is not about you, you protect your inner serenity and avoid getting entangled in their emotional chaos. In the next section, we'll discuss the importance of not trying to fix toxic individuals, focusing instead on your own growth and well-being. This shift in focus will further empower you to handle toxic relationships with grace and strength. Number 11. Don't try to fix them. Imagine tending to your well-cultivated garden filled with blooming flowers and lush greenery. Now, picture trying to weed someone else's neglected garden, only to find yourself overwhelmed and exhausted. When dealing with toxic individuals, the urge to fix or heal them can be powerful, especially if they are close to you. However, in the realm of Stoicism, this path often leads to frustration and emotional depletion. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what you can control, your own reactions and actions, rather than attempting to change others. The responsibility for a toxic person's behavior and their journey toward improvement rests solely with them. Attempting to take on this burden can create an unhealthy dynamic and hinder their accountability. The Stoic principle of accepting what is beyond your control includes recognizing the limits of your influence over others. Toxic individuals need to choose to address their negative emotions and seek virtue on their own. Your role is not to uproot their weeds, but to nurture your own garden. Imagine your inner tranquility as a blooming garden. Toxic individuals with their negative attitudes are like invasive weeds. By focusing on their garden, you neglect your own, allowing negativity to spread and diminish your well-being. Instead, channel your energy into self-improvement, positive connections, and self-care. While Stoicism values helping others achieve virtue, it's important to recognize your limitations. Encourage self-reflection in toxic individuals by providing resources or suggestions rather than trying to dictate their path. For example, recommend a helpful book, suggest therapy, or offer kind advice, but avoid taking on their emotional baggage. Leading by example is a powerful way to influence others. Demonstrate Stoic principles in your own life: calmness, measured responses, and a focus on virtue. Your behavior can serve as a beacon, inspiring others to reflect on their actions without you actively trying to fix them. Despite your best efforts, some toxic individuals may remain entrenched in their negativity. In such cases, knowing when to step back is crucial. Establish boundaries and, if necessary, withdraw to protect your well-being. This isn't giving up on them, it's prioritizing your health. Transform yourself from a frustrated fixer into a stoic facilitator. Provide support without jeopardizing your own well-being. Focus on cultivating a flourishing inner garden, free from the invasive weeds of others' negativity. In the next section, we'll discuss recognizing when it's time to walk away from a toxic relationship, an essential step in preserving your inner peace and mental health. Number 12. When to walk away. Imagine seeking refuge within the fortified walls of your inner citadel. Despite your best efforts to set boundaries and maintain emotional detachment, the relentless negativity of a toxic individual continues to breach your defenses. Recognizing when it's time to walk away is a crucial Stoic principle, essential for preserving your inner peace and well-being. Deciding to leave a toxic relationship, especially if it involves close family members or co-workers, can be incredibly challenging. However, prioritizing your mental health is paramount. Stoicism teaches us to live a moral life guided by reason and virtue. Maintaining a relationship that constantly undermines your inner tranquility contradicts these values. Your inner peace is your sacred sanctuary. Toxic individuals with their unrelenting negativity are like persistent sieges on your fortress. Removing yourself from the situation is a Stoic act of self-preservation, ensuring your sanctuary remains secure. Consider Seneca's wisdom: the whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. Life is too precious to waste on relationships that drain your energy and erode your well-being. By walking away from what holds you back, you create space for positive connections and meaningful experiences that nourish your spirit. Accepting what is out of your control is a key component of Stoicism. The behavior of others falls into this category. Detaching from a toxic relationship is not an act of weakness or defeat, but a deliberate choice to protect your mental health. You are not giving up on the person, but on the toxic dynamic that harms your well-being. Walking away is not a decision to be made lightly. Consider the following. Have you exhausted all other options, such as communication, boundary setting, or offering resources? Is the negativity a recurring pattern or an isolated incident? How significantly does the relationship impact your well-being? Your departure doesn't need to be dramatic. Gradually reduce contact, politely decline invitations, and limit communication. Remember, removing yourself from a toxic situation is an act of self-care, allowing you to lead a life guided by reason, virtue, and peace. In the final section, we'll explore the importance of forgiving yourself, an essential step in releasing the emotional burdens and moving forward with a lighter heart. This will complete your journey toward mastering the Stoic approach to handling toxic individuals. Number 13, forgive yourself. Imagine embarking on a long journey, burdened by a heavy backpack filled with resentment and anger towards a toxic individual. This weight slows you down, drains your energy, and prevents you from moving forward. Within the Stoic framework, forgiveness is about releasing this emotional baggage, not for the sake of the other person, but for your own well-being. The Stoics emphasize the importance of accepting what is beyond our control, including the actions of others. Harboring resentment towards a toxic person only causes you harm, contaminating your present and casting a shadow over your future. By forgiving yourself and letting go of these negative emotions, you regain control of your inner landscape and make room for peace and emotional well-being. Forgiveness in Stoic terms does not mean condoning the behavior of the toxic person. Instead, it involves acknowledging what has occurred, accepting that it is beyond your control, and deciding to move forward with a lighter heart. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Forgiving yourself is an act of reclaiming this power. Resentment is a self-imposed prison, keeping you chained to past hurts. By forgiving yourself, you break free from these emotional shackles, allowing for healing and growth. This process doesn't happen overnight, but practicing self-compassion and understanding helps pave the way. Start by acknowledging your feelings of anger, hurt, or resentment. Suppressing these emotions only hinders the healing process. Treat yourself with the same empathy and kindness you would offer a friend in a similar situation. Understand that you are not only a victim of the toxic person's behavior, but also of your own negative emotions. Reframe your perspective by viewing the situation objectively. Was the toxic individual acting out of malice, or were there other factors at play? Shifting your perspective can foster empathy and understanding, making it easier to forgive yourself and let go of the negativity. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. It lightens your emotional load and opens up space for positive experiences and personal growth. Imagine setting out on your journey, your backpack lighter, and your heart free from the burden of past grievances. With a renewed sense of strength and tranquility, you are ready to embrace the adventures ahead. By applying these 13 Stoic-inspired strategies, you transform yourself from a passive victim of toxic people into a resilient warrior of your inner peace. Remember, a life free from negativity is a life worth fighting for. Number 14. Practice gratitude. Imagine the sun breaking through dark clouds, casting light on everything it touches. Practicing gratitude acts similarly on your emotional landscape, illuminating the positive aspects of your life and helping to counterbalance the negativity brought by toxic individuals. This powerful Stoic practice helps reinforce your emotional resilience and overall well-being. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking or negative to what's abundant and positive. Marcus Aurelius advised, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." By cultivating gratitude, you reinforce a mindset of abundance and positivity. Start by acknowledging the small blessings in your daily life. Reflect on the simple joys, a warm cup of coffee, the beauty of a sunrise, or a kind word from a friend. Keeping a gratitude journal can be a helpful practice. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. This shifts your perspective, helping you to see the good even in challenging times. Gratitude also helps you build a buffer against the negativity of toxic people. When you focus on what you're thankful for, it's harder for negativity to take root. This mindset makes it easier to deal with difficult individuals, as your sense of well-being isn't solely dependent on external circumstances. Additionally, expressing gratitude towards others strengthens your relationships and creates a positive feedback loop. Let the people in your life know you appreciate them. A simple thank you or a kind gesture can go a long way in fostering positive connections. Gratitude and self-compassion often go hand in hand. By recognizing and appreciating your efforts to maintain inner peace and emotional health, you reinforce a positive self-image. This self-recognition helps you stay grounded and resilient in the face of toxicity. By incorporating gratitude into your daily routine, you equip yourself with a powerful tool to maintain emotional balance and positivity. Imagine your inner citadel not only well defended, but also bright and welcoming, filled with light that repels negativity. In this journey, we've explored 14 Stoic-inspired strategies to handle toxic people effectively. From identifying toxic behaviors and setting firm boundaries to practicing emotional detachment, self-care, and gratitude, each strategy strengthens your inner tranquility. Embrace these Stoic principles and empower yourself to navigate the challenges posed by toxic individuals with grace and resilience. Protect your emotional well-being, cultivate positive relationships, and prioritize your mental health. Remember, your inner peace is a sanctuary worth defending.